the real reasons why you're always tired, and how to get more energy. These days, it seems like practically everyone experiences fatigue, not just occasionally, but constantly, regardless of how much. Even though there are more pollutants in our environment and testosterone levels have decreased decade after decade, if you're like most people, you just can't seem to shake this constant state of fatigue. However, you still have almost complete control over your energy levels, and you shouldn't be feeling exhausted on a daily basis. All it takes is eliminating the 5 proven energy drainers that I'm going to go over in this video to feel much more refreshed, motivated, and full of energy. The majority of people make a counterintuitive error that is actually related to stimulants like caffeine. Believe that drinking more coffee will make you feel less tired and more energized, but while it may provide these benefits in the short term, it may also be the main factor contributing to your chronic fatigue. This is because caffeine increases alertness by inhibiting the action of a neurotransmitter called adenosine, which binds to ADN receptors in the brain to cause feelings of relaxation and drowsiness. However, if you regularly consume large amounts of coffee and energy drinks, your body will actually become acclimated to the high amounts of caffeine and will react accordingly. Decreases caffeine's effectiveness over time and when its stimulating effects wear off. Adenosine excess results in a rebound in the form of a massive crash. As a result, not only does coffee lose its potency after a large amount is consumed, but it also increases the amount of sleep-inducing neurotransmitters in the brain, which causes excessive fatigue and tiredness. This leads to a vicious cycle whereby more coffee is consumed, more adenosine is released, and more fatigue and tiredness are experienced. Too much caffeine can interfere with both the quantity and quality of sleep that a person gets, as well as the natural sleep-wake cycle. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration states that you should try to gradually reduce your caffeine intake to no more than 3 to 4 8-ounce cups of coffee per day, or about 400 mg of caffeine. Another thing that can offer an alternative energy boost as you reduce your caffeine intake is your diet, which is very likely to be one of the main reasons you're feeling tired to begin with. This is why you shouldn't drink coffee late in the afternoon or especially at night to break out of this cycle. The majority of American standard diets provide an excess of calories, many of which are empty. Nutrients. You're probably eating the standard American diet without even realizing it if you consume a lot of processed foods, refined sugars, and unhealthy fat sources. This sad diet typically lacks iron, a mineral that is necessary for the formation of hemoglobin, a protein that is responsible for transporting oxygen throughout the body. Oxygen in the blood. Since your body uses oxygen to produce energy, it's simple to understand how a diet low in iron can cause. Lean meats, beans, and leafy greens can cause fatigue. They also contain B vitamins, such as B6, B12, and folate, which are again lacking in the typical American diet and can cause weakness, exhaustion, and fogginess. Omega-3 fatty acids are one final illustration. It is actually well known that the SAD diet provides far too much omega-6 and insufficient omega-3, which causes fatigue and inflammation. Walnuts and fatty fish are good sources of omega-3s, but overall, just avoiding processed foods and refined sugars and substituting them with whole of lean proteins, fruits, and vegetables will help guarantee that you're getting all the necessary micronutrients, which I can't. It is impossible to overstate how crucial your diet is for maintaining your energy levels. Eating a processed, unhealthy diet will naturally require more energy to break down and digest, making you feel more lethargic and exhausted afterward. This is in addition to the vitamins and minerals in your food. Speaking of vitamins, if you don't get enough sun exposure, you could always feel exhausted. Sunlight can help create vitamin D. Insufficiency, particularly if vitamin D is scarce in your diet. Insufficient vitamin D lowers testosterone levels. Immune system, as well as your general level of energy, will all suffer. The disruption of your circadian rhythm, which is your body's internal clock, is another problem associated with insufficient exposure to natural sunlight. This will exacerbate your fatigue. This is because, in addition to providing vitamin D, sunlight also aids in controlling the production of melatonin, a hormone that affects your sleep-wake cycle. For this reason, experts advise spending at least 2 hours a week in direct sunlight to ensure that your vitamin D levels are sufficient. However, taking supplements of melatonin and vitamin D if you live in a very cold climate can help boost your levels of energy as well. Exercise is one of the many ironies in life that causes you to feel tired in the short term but increases your energy in the long run. On the other hand, a lack of physical activity can directly lead to chronic fatigue regardless of whether you do strength training or cardio. Both can boost your cardiovascular system. This is another reason why so many people feel exhausted because they don't exercise much or at all. Health releases endorphins, which are feel-good hormones, which naturally elevate your mood. Increase your energy levels, but if you don't exercise, you'll lose muscle, especially as you get older and feel weaker. You'll also have decreased blood circulation, which can make you feel incredibly drowsy on its own. It has been demonstrated that sitting for extended periods of time reduces metabolism and decreases the body's ability to use its energy reserves. Sadly, the incentive to exercise is similar to a snowball rolling down a hill. The farther it rolls, the more snow it accumulates, and the bigger the snowball gets. Therefore, if you're currently stuck in an inactive way of life, try to just begin by walking for 30 minutes each day. After that, you can attempt some basic exercises. Workouts by incorporating movements like squats using body weight lunges and kneeling push-ups. Let's move on to sleep. Although most of us believe we understand how important sleep is for our energy levels, the majority of us also don't sleep enough, which can have the biggest negative impact on your energy levels. Even 3 days a week of simple exercises can make you feel like you have a lot more energy. Research has looked at how sleep deprivation affects feelings of fatigue, exhaustion, and tiredness. One study by the Sleep Research Society had participants go and found it difficult to focus. Their cognitive function and reaction time also clearly declined. While most of you don't go without sleep for an entire night, numerous studies have shown that even a few hours taken off of a full night's sleep can cause you to struggle with fatigue and exhaustion, as well as make it harder to control your emotions. For this reason, the American Academy of Sleep Medicine regularly emphasizes the significance of obtaining the recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night every night, because you can't make up for lost sleep. Additionally, sleep quality is also crucial to maintain a regular sleeping schedule by going to limiting screen time and blue light exposure before bed, establishing a peaceful sleeping and waking schedule every day, and in addition to these 5 main reasons why you might feel tired, it's important to note that certain health issues can also cause a chronic state of fatigue. For example, if you're constantly getting sick with viruses or bacteria infections, or even just a common cold, you might want to get some blood work done to diagnose the problem. A cool, dark, and quiet bedroom can also greatly help. Numerous draining illnesses exist, such as mono-Lyme disease, autoimmune illnesses, hypothyroidism, diabetes, even hay fever. That about wraps it up. I really hope this video helped you guys. If it has, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. All of these are definitely worth seeing a doctor for and receiving the appropriate treatment. So, if you're working out, eating right, you're not hooked on coffee, and you're getting enough sleep but you've been feeling fatigue that persists for more than 2 weeks, definitely consider getting checked out by a doctor. I wish I could give you boundless energy without the crash that comes with consuming too much caffeine. And I'll see you guys soon.